And go. Hello everybody, I'm merisusheep, and thank you so much for checking out this video, and a Merry Christmas to all! It's Christmas time! I hope you all are having a wonderful Christmas. I know I am, mainly because I finished! I decided that it would be a good idea to do a Christmas countdown while also doing my gifts, and if I ever do this again, I'm gonna make sure that I finish my gifts early before December, so that way I don't have to do both at once, because oh, that was not a wise idea. But I finished with all the gifts. I gave them out yesterday, and it seems like everyone liked them, so I'm happy with that. And I finished all of these one day at a time. I only ended up missing 2 days that I didn't upload this on the actual day. The first one, day one, simply because I thought of this idea at last minute, and the first day of December was on a Sunday, and I am very busy on Sunday because I go to church and then I make dinner. So because of that, I realized I just wasn't gonna finish it, so I didn't even really try. Like I worked on it, but I didn't do that much of a struggle. And then day 15, I think I was just lazy. Like there were a couple of times I got really close down to the wire. It was just because I was lazy. I was lazy, I didn't want to draw, so I just was looking around on the internet being a goob, and then I realized I wasted a bunch of time. But every other day, I think I didn't miss any other days from what I remember, but I think I got everything, so I'm very happy. And as you can see, now I'm just assembling them all together to spell out Christmas. And of course you have Viper, he's asleep because of his powers. He's usually asleep at winter time. Anyway, I realized that I would do this entire idea of my character spelling out Merry Christmas, and I was just gonna do like an assortment of my original characters just randomly. But then I realized I could spell out the entire phrase Merry Christmas with just Revolution full color characters, and that's exactly what I decided to do. I needed a couple more though, because I couldn't do the main villain of the series because it would look weird if she was there, so I decided to draw Dr. Marlon. He's the one who's holding the tea in Christmas. I designed him at last minute. Luckily, I had a good idea of what he would look like, and I think I did a pretty good job. And then I threw in Cheryl and Jim Mason, who are two side characters. In chapter 1, they're the security guards, and they were just going to be in that chapter, but I thought it'd be funny if they keep on appearing in the background. So I threw them in at last minute. Because I needed 2 more. And I actually spelled out all Merry Christmas with just Revolution full color characters, and that was very fun. And of course I had to go back and give Switch a Santa hat because I forgot to do that. I also edited Misato's Santa outfit because I originally made it magenta with yellow and cyan trim, but I liked it better with just black and colored trim because it fits her more. I was trying to make sure everyone's Santa outfit, or lack thereof in the case of Dr. Marlon, I wanted each one of them to fit their personality, and same thing was the letters. I did a different font for each letter, picked one that would best fit the character's personality. And I don't know what fonts I picked like at all, so because I don't remember names. Anyway, for and that's an and symbol that Azura's holding. It's not an it is not an E, it is an and symbol. I don't know why it looks more like an E than it does an and symbol, but it's an and symbol. Anyway, for and I did was blue song characters, so Azura and Akira, and then I was going to just finish it off with Tales of Howloze characters, since I did Revolution full color characters at the top, so I figured just do Tales of Howloze characters, but that meant I would have not done Brandy, Champagne, and Levia, and I kind of felt bad about that, so I was like, whatever. But then I realized I couldn't finish the entire phrase Happy New Year off with just Tales of Howloze characters, because one of the characters wasn't designed yet. His name is Edward, and I didn't want to rush on his design. Like Marlon, I had a pretty good idea what he would look like. Edward, I do have an idea what he looks like, but it still takes a little bit more experimenting, so I just decided to not draw him, just put him to the side. Sadly, that also meant that I couldn't do Sky, who's another character from Tales of Howloze, but in the end, I rather do Brandy, Champagne, and Levia. And they're the ones who spell out New Year's. Brandy holding the N, Levia holding the E, which is very funny considering the fact that she's Jewish, so she technically wouldn't be here at a Christmas party, but whatever, she is. She's one of those Jews who celebrates Christmas, I guess. And then Champagne is holding the W, and then holding the year, because I realized I miscalculated the days that would be required to spell out this message, so I just had to do all of year in one banner. So just one character would be holding that, and that would be, of course, Anastasia Vale, aka Fly, aka the Black Fox, my superhero character, and she is my oldest OC, and I love drawing her. Although I always draw her with I draw her more with her faux bob cut. You think she'd have short hair, but she doesn't. She has long hair, but when she's wearing her dress-up clothes, you know, her more formal wear, she wears in her faux bob cut. I got that hairstyle from Revenge. The main character, Emily Thorne, she wears it in one episode, and I really like that, so I thought it'd be fun to give her that hairstyle. And I gotta say, it is fun. It is fun drawing her in the faux bob cut. But no, her hair is long. And as for her formal wear, I didn't want to give her the same dress I drew her in last time. I wanted to shake things up. So I decided to give her this Christmas outfit. She would not wear a Santa-themed outfit, but I do give her a Santa hat at the end because she ain't getting out of it that easily. She does celebrate Christmas. She just wouldn't celebrate Christmas with any of these characters because she doesn't really like teenagers. Actually, she hates teenagers. Anyway, like I said, I pretty much finished everyone on time except for those few days. I almost didn't though because my tablet started malfunctioning. I don't know why it did, but it just wouldn't draw anymore. I first thought, okay, maybe it's the stabilization, because that happens sometimes. The stabilization gets disconnected and I have to reset it by resetting my computer. No problem. I did that. It didn't solve the problem. I tried uninstalling and reinstalling the driver. It still didn't fix the problem. And then I realized it must be busted. So I returned it and I cried because I didn't know what to do. Then I remembered I had my old tablet, which still worked. Like, the only reason why I even bought a new tablet was because I lost my old tablet's pen and I couldn't find it, and I didn't think I could buy a new one, so I just bought a new tablet. But it was cheaper than my last one. My last one was, I think, $70. This one was only $30. I got it on sale, but even at full price, it still would have been cheaper, like around $60. And I wondered why. Maybe it was just because it was just cheaper, but I'm thinking now maybe it wasn't the updated model. Like, it's still Wacom, but I'm thinking, like, maybe it wasn't the same model. Like, it looks the same as my old one. There's a few buttons that are different, but rather than that, everything else looked the same. But I'm thinking it's not, because obviously it didn't last as long. And you could say, well, maybe you were too hard on it. I mean, I do leave it plugged in all the time, even when I'm not using it. But my Ever one still works. My old one, which I found the pen to, it still works perfectly fine. And luckily, I still had it. Well, actually, I gave it to my brother, but I decided to take it back because I needed to finish this project. And I'm so grateful that I did. Thank you, Lord God. I finished it. And I'm so happy, and as you can see from the date, I finished this at real last minute. She was technically supposed to be finished yesterday. She wasn't going to be uploaded until today because I realized that, like I said, it ran the day, so Champagne was for yesterday, the 24th, and she would just be on the 25th, the same day that I do the organization of all my characters and the assembly of them. So that was planned, but I was supposed to at least have her finish drawing, but I started rushing because I went out to dinner and I was doing everything at last minute, and it really did come down to the wire. I didn't even finish drawing her until today because I fell that behind, but somehow I actually ended up getting it. I'm actually recording the audio right now on Christmas morning, and hopefully I can get it finished before everyone wakes up. Well, I actually already did record it once, but I wasn't happy with it because I was like, I think we can do better, a little bit better. So hopefully I can get this audio out before everybody wakes up, and then we'll have breakfast, and then we'll open presents. I hope I get Crocs for Christmas, Well, I also hope I get a husband. I put out my Christmas list on Twitter saying, here's the things I want, and the last one was a husband. Santa, send me a husband. Just for a funny joke. Anyway, because I ended up rushing with the last part, you'll see me color the banner in just a few minutes, but I'm gonna erase that because it was like, I did not like it because I was trying to rush because I was trying to get the entire thing finished before the 25th of December, but I was just like, I didn't finish it, so there was really no point in rushing, so I ended up redoing it. So it's better. I'm saying a lot of buts, ums, and sus because my brain is short-fried. No, wait, what? My brain is expired from all the drawing. I just want to rest now. But like I said, it's been a very fun experiment. It was a very nice, fun project, and I really did enjoy the challenge. It was a little nerve-wracking at some times, but I think I did a good job, especially considering the fact that I was working with a tablet that was literally dying before my eyes. So now I need to get a new one so that way I can give this one back to my brother if he wants it. He wasn't even using it, so it's not like there's that much of a rush, but I shall not be a take-back-see person. I will give it back when I get a new one, but I gotta try to figure out which one to get now because I want to make sure I get the right one. I know I've already assembled her, so you're not looking at her, but one thing that was also funny was the character who was holding the P in Happy, the first P. Her name is Mina Flower. She was originally her original name was actually Minako Anjo, and then it was Miyabi Anjo because I liked the name for the meaning of Miyabi better. I don't remember the meaning, but I liked it better, so I thought that would be a nice name. But the reason why it was Miyabi is because I was in that phase when I was just making all my characters Japanese because I wanted to give them Japanese names. But I didn't like that anymore because it's like I don't need to make all of them Japanese, so I just won't do that. So I ended up going back and rechanging her design, and now she's just well, I would say American, but they all live on the Light Islands. That's where a lot of my series takes place, is a fictional island off the east coast of America called the Light Islands. Revolution Full Color takes place there. Brandy and Champagne take place there. Protectors takes place there. Tales of Howloze takes place there. And most likely my isekai story with Levia will take place there. But with that said, they don't all take place in the same universe, so they don't all connect. They just take place on the same island. Reason why is because when I was younger, I didn't really know jack about anything, and I didn't want to get things wrong, so I just thought it would be just funner and more convenient if I make my own island up, so that way I can make the laws be whatever I want them to be. And I still don't know much about anything, so I still keep that as the go-to for all of my series to take place in. But anyway, because I changed her name, I also gave her a new design. She used to have blonde hair, then I gave her blonde hair that fade down to green, but then I just wanted to give her flat-out green hair. And I gotta say, I like it. Anyway, as you can see, I added a Santa hat, nice and fluffy. And I also refixed the banner. I also fixed some other details with their line art. I made all the line art just be one solid color, so that's why with some of them it looks kind of weird. Like in the case of Go, it looks really weird because it's just all solid green. But for her, I wanted to change a few things up with the line art because it's like it kind of looked a little off if the white parts had red line art. Then I just gave her a background. I didn't really give much thought to the background because I am going to upload her separately, but I wanted to pay more attention to the final piece. And I gotta say, it was hard trying to assemble them because I didn't want this picture to be giant, but it still is. But also I had to make sure everyone's height was relatively somewhat consistent to what their heights would actually be. I don't think it's the best, but it could be worse. And in the end, I'm happy because I finished with it. Doesn't it look nice? And that is the drawing. I hope you enjoyed. If you liked, do all the YouTube things. If you did not, thank you so much for watching this far anyway. And I hope no matter what, you have a very Merry Christmas. I will be back with another drawing hopefully soon, like before the year ends. But if not, I will be doing a live stream before the year ends, Lord willing. Until then, have a very Merry Christmas. Bye!